keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of arguing and lying. So goodbye.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is August the 21st, 2024, and today the topic is The Truth Will Set You Free. Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Tuesday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Highlights from yesterday. Y'all know that things was a little bit jumbled around and whatnot. Y'all know what happened like before I did the juice yesterday and whatnot. And so the only thing that happened after I talked to y'all was that one, NJ did his classes. We had quite a few classes.
And my tooth came out.
And yes, I have to let you guys know that NJ's wiggly tooth is officially out and everything like that. Those that are watching live, you may be seeing him hold it in his hand the next morning. And actually, I'm going to talk to you guys about that because I would say that that is part of the inspiration.
My mama.
I'll let them know. But anyway, so yeah, his tooth came out last night, and I did my posting about it.
A little bit,
yeah,
show
them your smile.
Tease.
And I was like, I don't know how to feel, man. But you know, it was a celebratory moment, and so obviously, before NJ went to bed, we made this really cute video of him. I asked him how did he feel about it and stuff, and he was excited and all this type of stuff, and he wanted to put it under his pillow for the tooth fairy and all that good stuff.
And
I'll let them know. So this might be a spoiler alert, okay? So family and friends that haven't talked to your kids about the tooth fairy, then you might want to.
My mommy played the tooth fairy game.
NJ, if you haven't told your kids, hopefully you took them out the room before we got to this point. But anyway, so last night, NJ, you know, like I said, he was excited about, you know, putting the tooth under his pillow, X, Y, and Z. So me and my husband is communicating about what we're going to do or what, you know, that type of thing. So NJ put it under his pillow. I don't know where he put the tooth, but my husband couldn't find it. And so yeah, so that's what happened last night.
What?
So
I put it under my thing that my nana gave me, the skeleton thing. Like
we couldn't find a tooth, and so basically we just had the tooth fairy to leave him a note with some money. He woke up this morning and he didn't see, I guess, the note and the money, and so he thought, you know, he just saw the tooth and was like, the tooth fairy didn't come. And I was like, oh, I heard she came. She left a note. Da, 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 da. So apparently the note was on the floor. The money was on the floor. But anyway, so
I
then
put my tooth in.
NJ, stop it. Okay. So then at some point this morning, he laid his tooth down to go get the money again. And so that's when I figured, okay, maybe the tooth fairy can come and get it, right? So the quote unquote NJ, I will let them know, kid, golly. So the tooth fairy took the tooth.
You did it,
NJ. Hush.
You did.
So obviously y'all know what had happened. But anyway, let me tell the story, kid, because this goes with the juice. Shh, I'll let you tell your part, okay? So the tooth fairy came and took the tooth, right? So then NJ comes back and he can't find a tooth. So he's worried about it. He's like, oh, the tooth fairy was gonna put it under my pillow tonight, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So he going around, he's looking for the tooth. So I was like, maybe we should pray about it, X, Y, and Z. So then so at some point it seemed like he was NJ, let me tell them. So it seemed like he just was very disappointed about the tooth, that it was gone. Then I was like, so then I'm like, okay, well maybe the tooth fairy hid it, right? So I gave him some little, you know, instructions of where the tooth fairy could have hidden it. So he finds the tooth. So he finds it. You think the dude would be happy? No, he still was not happy. At some point, he was like, I don't think the tooth fairy is going to come and get it. And he was doing that so much that I was like, oh my gosh, kid, you know what? I asked him, do you want me to tell you the truth? And what did you say? And I asked him multiple times, kid, are you sure you want me to tell you the truth? All right. And so mommy told you the truth. So now you can tell the people. What did mommy tell you?
She told me that she did it and Papa did it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I left. She picked it up.
Yeah. And
Put it in the jewelry. Didn't find it. Found it.
Yeah.
Sad about the tooth fairy. Want to give it back. Crying about it.
He was crying about it. And so how do you feel to know the truth? Like, well, actually, I would say this before he tells us how he feels to know the truth. So like I said, we saw that he was so sad about it, right? And like I said, I was like, okay, kid, you so sad about it. You're thinking the tooth fairy's not gonna come now, or whatever. I'm like, maybe she'll come next time for your next tooth. He would not receive anything else I was telling him. And so I was like, fine, kid. Do you want me to tell you the truth? He was talking about he wanted me to tell him. I was like, look, it's gonna probably ruin something for you. I don't know. I don't want to ruin your little childhood, but like I need to tell you the truth. So I told him the truth. Next thing I know, his conscience was clear. The man went out and ate some breakfast. He was fine. You know what I mean? And now he's sitting here telling y'all the story. You see what I'm saying? And that, I guess, was resonating with me this morning. That was the inspiration to this juice this morning. So, NJ, how do you feel to know the truth?
I felt amazing.
He feels amazing to know the truth. But, okay. But what did mommy ask you not to do, though? We're going to have this on the record. Do you tell the other kids the truth right now?
No.
So we're going to keep this to ourselves and the people online, right?
Can I tell them right now?
You told them, but they are older people, so they know already. But I'm talking about your little friends and stuff. Did you put that tooth back in your mouth? NJ, get out of here. Get out of here. Go. You've been a distraction now. Bye. Let's say bye to NJ. Bye. He might come back later for the after show. So yeah, that happened, and that was the inspiration for today's conversation, that the truth will set you free. Yeah, we ended up doing a prayer meditation. We did all that stuff. NJ went and had breakfast. He was fine after I told him the truth. And so yeah, the truth will set you free, y'all. That is the inspiration for today. So now the interesting thing is I went to find the verse where that comes from and whatnot, and it's John 8:32. And I ended up listening to the entirety of John 8. And something about listening to it this morning was really resonating. It really was like eye-opening to hear, Jesus talk to the Pharisees, and he was talking about the woman that they brought to him in adultery, and that hear that whole thing read to me this morning just really, I don't know, it was really resonating. It was really good. So if you guys haven't read that or listened to it or whatever the case may be, then hey, try it out. Again, the amazing thing about the Bible app is that it has these theatrical way of reading, right? The Bible or whatever. And so listening to it this morning, like if you've read it before and you've heard it preached and stuff like that, then try listening to it in that orative type of way. It was really, really, I don't know, something about it felt good to me this morning. But anywho, so there was only a few verses I felt led to write down this morning. And the first one was John 8:32. And it says, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Let us be free like NJ this morning now, right? Knowing the truth, he was free to go and go about his business and everything like that. Not worried about, any of the lies of the enemy, right?
I rebuked all of them.
Okay, shh. So yeah, let's be like this little child today, right? Let the truth set you free. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. Over the past few days, I think I told y'all about this yesterday, but I was doing this again last night as well. I've been asking a lot of tough questions of the Lord. I've been talking to the Chat Holy Bible app just to try to get some understanding because, excuse me, bless me.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's not that I doubt God's word or that my faith is wavering or anything like that, but I've really been asking like tough questions like for the past few days. I've really been like, Lord, like, come on, man, like, what if this is like all a sham? Like, what if this isn't true? Like, what if, like, how do we know that what the Bible says happened? You know what I'm saying? Just like anything with history, how do we know that anything we've been taught is true? I mean, I know a lot of people are questioning everything that we have learned and whatnot, because people are like, oh, people are withholding information, X, Y, and Z, and stuff like that. And so I just been asking all those different type of questions because I mean, I don't know, like on one hand, I do still feel the same about like
on my bed.
I told you that, so shh. on one hand, it's like I know I still kind of feel the same in regards to, say, for example, I live my life, I follow God, I do, try my best to live according to the Bible, things like that, and then come to find out that it's not true, for example, then I mean, again, there's nothing lost, nothing gained, I still feel that way, right? Um, but at the same time too, I'm like I said, as I've been asking the questions, I can't help but think like, again, about all the people that have lost their life for the faith, you know what I'm saying? Or all the people that have, died with these things, right? And you know, so yeah, like I said, I've been asking over and over and over again, like, what if it's not true? Like, is there any way that it's not true? That type of thing. But again, nothing could take away from, again, the transformative power of these words, right? Even if some man in his dusty basement wrote every word of the Bible, which, I mean, we don't believe that. But even if that was an accurate thing, um, it still has been transformative to so many different people in their lives. Even when I think about my own life and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, I share a lot of it. Y'all getting my real time stuff with the juice, and then y'all get my past and stuff like that with what my book, and stuff, and and everything. But it's been a transformative thing for me to trust in God, right? To trust in the words of the Bible and to center my life around it. And there's many other people with that testimony. And I even took a moment to, call out the Bible app, because I was like, or the chatholybible.com app. I was like, look, because it was saying that, oh, so many people, believe X, Y, and Z. I'm like, we can't go off of other people's belief though, man. Like, what else? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else can confirm to us that these words are true, and this all actually happened, and that Jesus is the Son of God, and all this different type of stuff. And Jesus is God, and everything. And I mean, there may be no way for me to actually answer every single one of those questions. I mean, yeah, I'm asking the questions, and yeah, the chatholybible.com has lots of amazing answers. I'm sure all of the resources that I've shared here on the juice over the years can have all kinds of answers and explanations for any question that we may have. But I guess there's no way to know, right? There's no way to know until we're gone. And I guess something has been kind of bothering me about this idea of death, even though I know that, okay, it's a transfer from one place to another, and stuff like that. But I guess I just think about like all the horrific ways that people die, man. I mean, let's talk about this. I mean, I know people have been going on and on about this DNC and whatnot, this thing that done happened in Chicago. And only a few people are actually talking about the fact that, lives are being lost at that event. Last I heard, 25 people have had abortions, you know, at that event. And so lives that never got the chance, right, to do anything. So that's I mean, that's a horrific way to go, but at the same time too, I mean, we think more of those that lose our life after, right? We think more of, like, for example, if somebody murders me right now or whatever, like, that would be horrible, right? We think more of those things. But yeah, I mean, very few. Well, I don't know the count of how deaths happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, some, maybe there are more people that die peacefully than I think. Who knows? But then I'm like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, knowing that you have to die, unless you're going to get taken up like Elijah or something like that. Like, we have to go through this quote unquote process of death, and knowing that, it might happen in a horrific way. It might be whatever, you know what I mean? We know all the different ways that you can die, man. And on one hand, it's like, Lord, why we got to go through that? Like, why'd you make us to go through that? Like, like, I mean, I'm sure there's all kinds of questions, man, we can have for the Lord. And maybe none of them will even matter when we're in his presence again, or when we're in his presence face to face, whatever the case may be. But I don't know. These are just things I've been thinking about over the past few days. And I'm honest about it, to at least say that, hey, man, I got a lot of questions about this as well. But that doesn't stop me from feeling led to study every day. That doesn't stop me from feeling led to, share and do my part in sharing the gospel and stuff like that. And so I guess that goes back to what I was talking about yesterday about God's sovereignty, knowing that he's in control of all things. even those things we don't understand. But anyway, let me keep going with what I felt led to write down this morning. So John 14:6 says, Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Again, I know I share this verse on here a lot, man. It's not no old, it's not no new verse or anything like that. And again, we got to decide whether we believe that or not, right? Do we even acknowledge Jesus, right? Do you think of him as the way, the truth, and the life? I know it can feel we can feel a way about that, right? It's like, well, so nothing in my life matters outside of Christ. Like until you really, really get that revelation, it's like, and then I don't know how you could even feel when you do get that revelation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's now, I mean, on one hand, it can be freeing, right? Again, it can set you free, right? To know that, okay, you know what? Nothing matters but this. So if I, do what I've been created to do and share the gospel, do those things, then that's where fulfillment comes in. So you're not trying to fulfill yourself with all these other things that'll never fulfill you. So in that way, yeah, you can be free, right? But I get it, man. I get how that can be a tough process to, again, you're laying down everything you ever thought and been taught, right? Even yesterday I was seeing something about some lady was she was, I guess, trying to talk on the behalf of people that, heard the narratives of you got to go to college to be successful. You got to do this, and you do all those things, but then you find yourself in debt and then you're not able to get homes. And so she was talking about all of that. And the individuals were letting her know that, hey, well, that's you and your parents made those decisions. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't want to take that accountability. She's like, oh, so you're saying it's my parents' fault that I went to college and I got in all this student debt and X, Y, and Z. So F me or whatever the case may be. That's what she was saying in the video or whatnot. And I mean, and I get what the other people were saying as well, because it's like they're pretty much saying that, hey, yeah, it was a choice. Nobody forced you to go and do these things, even though, yeah, that's what you were taught and thought in X, Y, and Z. And that's what I was saying a second ago. Like we're taught so many things that it's like, oh, we think that life is about, again, college, or life is about, working corporate, or, all these different things, getting six figures. Like we think that it's about all these different things, and then the Bible is telling us that it's all about Jesus. And it's like it's not easy to lay down again all the years of things you've been taught that life was about. But you can find freedom when you do that. Like again, I feel way more content now that I'm on this path, right? And I'm doing the will of God, I believe truly. Than when I was out here trying to get it on my own and achieving goals and doing the things that I thought would fulfill me, and then they weren't. So I mean, I guess I'm a living witness today that, hey, the truth will set you free. Let me go ahead and give you some more verses, y'all. Proverbs 1:7, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yeah, I mean, again, the Bible's very clear that, again, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Is, if this is the truth, right, and if this is the wisdom that we all need to know, and we reject it and we despise it and things like that, then the Bible's telling us that we're a fool, man. Now again, this might be Pope, man. We might not want to think that and receive that because we think that life is about other things, but I guess I'm just here to remind you that, hey, man, the truth will set you free at the end of the day. There's plenty of Bible that you guys can go and peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. I feel like I shared with you guys some milk right now, but about my meat eaters, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can go and check out those verses in the Go Deeper section and then let those marinate, because, yeah, ultimately the juice is the truth will set you free. Let us receive that like a child received the truth this morning. It was set free this morning. Learning about the truth behind the fruit, the fruit. I keep saying the fruit fairy, the tooth fairy, or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, how much more will we be set free again when we receive the truth of what the Bible is telling us about who we are, why we're here, and things of that nature. So y'all can go deeper. Reading verses in the Go Deeper section. Let me give you guys the Bible verse of today, and that is Matthew 6:33. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Friends, I hope y'all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Mommy.
And there you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing all those wonderful things. Now we're going to turn it over to my co-host, NJ. What do you have to say?
I want to say one thing I lost. My teeth.
I knew you was going to lose your tooth.
I tricked you.
This kid.
Ha
He's going to either lose it or break it. He's going to either lose it or break it, y'all. I already know. But anyway, yeah, man.
Is this bad water?
I mean, it's been sitting there, so take it and pour it out and wash it. Well, you got to wash it because remember, we're not leaving no dishes in the sink. We're trying our best to do better, y'all. So no dishes.
Do
We're
better. Mommy,
can
water be old sometimes?
Oh. Well, remember, water is not a living thing, right? So it can't be no new water.
Is it still gonna be?
He's
bad?
learning about non-living things and living things in science, which that was another interesting thing. I was receiving a word about that. But we got a long day, man. We got quite a few things to do today. We got his class, we got his school to do today. Hopefully, I'm trying to tell the people they done seen your tooth, boy. Yeah. Stop putting it in your mouth. You gonna swallow it?
Never.
Okay, so this is what we got to do today. We got to do his class. We got to do school. We got to do later on tonight. We're going to the night of worship. Yours truly play at the gym night, y'all. So prayerfully it goes well. See.
I didn't hit God. I found it.
You better not put it in your mouth no more. Then dropped on the floor and everything. And if we have time in between, I can finally take him to the local farm.
Mouth.
But we don't know because we see how long it's taking for me to do this and everything because of NJ. So whatever. But I guess y'all find out tomorrow what we did. If the Lord's will. Y'all have a wonderful Wednesday, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will, y'all. Bye.
Bye, Toothy.
Oh my gosh.